What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to test the audio in a minute just to see how the music sounds and all that. Just give me a minute. Alright, so it looks like the sound works. I'm going to turn off my recording, and we're going to go ahead and get the chat popped out, and then we're going to turn off the stream starting screen. Just give me one moment. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the Nvidia RTX 3000 series GPUs. We're also going to be talking about the Ryzen 5000 series CPUs that are about to be coming out soon. I guess it's supposed to beat some of the Intel chips. So, one thing I wanted to talk about first was the gaming channel. I just started a gaming channel. I had an old gaming channel, but I had to reset it. So there's going to be a link in the description on the stream. There should be a link anyway. But basically, to get to the channel, you can go to my channel, you can click About, and then you're going to scroll down to the gaming channel section since I have too many things up here. Once you get here, you can go ahead and subscribe. I will be uploading Farming Simulator content and Cold War content once the game comes out. I did a beta impression. I will be uploading different types of games. All my streams will be popping up here, so that's just a thing I wanted to point out. I also want to thank you guys for the subscriptions, the views, especially the 1 million views. This video almost hit 1 million views, and if we can get this video to hit 1 million views, I will definitely be doing a special type of video for that. So we're going to be talking about, obviously, as I said, the Nvidia 3000 series GPUs and the Ryzen 5000 series CPUs. Now I have some pages pulled up. We're going to look at the RTX 3080 first. I have watched multiple videos on this. There are multiple videos out there because these cards actually came out already from what I know. I think the 3090 hasn't not come out yet, but I think the 3070 should be coming out soon. And I'm guessing, from what I know, the 3080 is supposed to be a really good GPU because of the fact that it's supposed to basically beat the 2080 Ti, which was an $1,100 GPU. But you can buy the 3080 for $500, which is, well, around 600, but still, that's freaking crazy that you can do that. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, is the card actually good for gamers? And honestly, yeah. Because see, here are the specs. You got the RTX 3090 has 24 gigs of GDDR6X memory, actually. Okay, so the X, I'm guessing, is a little faster than the regular GDDR6. And I don't remember if my card has GDDR5, but if it does, then that must be a newer architecture for the memory. We also have 10 gigs on the 3080, and the 3070 has 8 gigs. And to be 100% honest with you, if you think about it... oh, that's interesting. Boost clock, 1.7, and then 1.71, and then 1.73. So the 3070 has a higher boost clock. This also has more CUDA cores, so I guess that would make sense. But what I'm trying to think of is which one should you buy if you're a content creator, if you're a gamer, if you're a streamer, if you're any of this. To be 100% honest with you, I think you could buy any of them and be fine. Like, if you went to go out and say you have a computer and you're rocking like a 1070 or a 1080 Ti and you're looking to upgrade, I'd go for the 3070 or the 3080. 3090 would definitely be a good option if you're a hardcore streamer, like that's all you ever do. And you definitely play a lot of games. It would also be really good for video editing because from what I know, it utilizes it really well. So personally, I would go for the RTX 3070 if you're going to be a gamer, just a regular gamer, because from what I know, it's supposed to be really cheap, and I might even upgrade after I upgrade my CPU, because my CPU direly needs to be upgraded. But what I'm trying to point out is if you upgrade your GPU to the 3070, I think you're going to be saving quite a bit of money. Because if you think about it, the RTX 2080 Ti, which a lot of people probably have, are probably upset that the 3080 is cheaper when they could have made the 2080 Ti. I mean, it was a high-end card at the time, so it's obviously going to be higher. But the RTX 3070, on the other hand, would be more for gamers and probably streaming. I guarantee you could stream with that. That's probably the one I'm going to go for. The only reason I would go for the 3080 is if I was streaming and recording my content, because I know some people do that too, but I'm not going to do that, so I don't really need that. It's actually really cool that they have these now, because, I mean, if you think about it, it's just awesome. So the memory interface width would be 384-bit for the 3090. The 10GB, or sorry, the 3080 would be 320-bit and 256-bit for the 3070, which is understandable. So ray tracing cores is second generation instead of first from the old RTX cards. Tensor cores is third generation. We got the Nvidia architecture is Ampere, I think that's how you say that. We got all this information. I'm not going to go through this because it's usually just regular information. It does have G-Sync, it has highlights, it has all this regular stuff that most Nvidia cards have, even my card for that matter. I'm running a 1060. So we got the Nvidia encoder is going to be 7th generation, so that would actually be really helpful because the new NVENC encoder, I use that to stream and record, and honestly, I think it works great for recording, especially if you're on lower hardware, because you can use the GPU. If you're playing a game that does not take that much video memory, you could easily stream with no issue at all, depending on what CPU you're using. So if you're rocking like a Pentium, I doubt you're going to be able to stream. So we got VR ready on all of them. The maximum digital resolution, it looks like it's all the same, actually. Yeah, it's all the same for each card, which is normal. Wait, which version? Okay, so HDMI 2.0, 2.1, yes, 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 and DisplayPort 1.4a is all yes, that's good. We got fun reducing cards dimensions. Pretty freaking big. I think this one's smaller. That one's definitely smaller. We also got maximum GPU temperature 93, 93, and 93. Graphics card power, watts, 350, 320, 220. So you could probably get away with a 500 watt power supply with the 3070. Maybe. You might want 650 just to make sure your computer is going to be stable enough to run it. It's also 8K gaming from the 3090. I watched a video on that recently, Linus Tech Tips. He did that really well. I thought it was nice. We also got, it looks like you can buy it at these places, which is nice. Yeah, they are out. I wonder how expensive they are. So we got the RTX. Oh, that's the 2060. Wow, these are really cheap. Look how cheap that is. 2060 is now $370. At one point it was $380, but I actually remember it being like almost $500. Well, a little bit lower than that. I'm not sure if some of the cars are released. I know they're not really running out of stock. You could even go for a RX 5700 XT and still be pretty happy with it. Maybe not for streaming, but for gaming wise, yeah. A lot of these cards are really cheap. $170 for the 1650. I mean, you're still getting 4 gigs of video memory, so you might as well just go for the 1660 Ti. But yeah, I mean, if they're going to be in stock, I would go for a 3070 if you're just going to be a gaming person. Even a content creator, I think you'd be fine. Because honestly, I mean, you know, it says it right here, stream like a boss. I mean, the card's probably not going to give you that much performance difference between like a 2080 Ti. You could go out and buy a 2080 Ti for really cheap right now. Let's go to Amazon real quick. From what I know, the graphics card prices are going down because of the new stuff that has come out. I don't need to sign in right now. Let's go to RTX 2080 Ti. I know they're really cheap right now. Well, they were supposed to be, but I guess not. I guess the price either went back up or it's staying. What is this? 1080 Ti, $900. That is still a really expensive card. I don't know why they don't drop the price on that. They should do like $650. I think that would be a decent price for that. I would even buy a 1080 Ti. I'd be plenty happy with that. There's no point in going that high. So $800 for the RTX 2070. The RTX 2080 is going to be $1,000 basically. I thought the price would be different, but I guess I'm wrong. But yeah, that's the RTX cards. I think they're going to do pretty well. I've seen a lot of information on them. They're supposed to be really good. And it looks like, I think AMD is going to be releasing GPUs soon. I'm not going to talk about that yet because I don't have a lot of information on that yet. But these are the new Ryzen processors. So this is going to be the 5000 series. I'm not going to notify because I'm not going to have money for a 5000 series. So from what I know, here we go, perfect. So we got the AMD Ryzen 9 3900 XT and then the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X, which is the new one. This is the old one. So this is, yeah, look at that. 50% performance boost at 1920 by 1080 in League of Legends, which is not surprising. League of Legends doesn't really take much. Dota 2, 24%, 33. F1 2019, I don't know what that is. I think that's a something. 24%, 5% in Battlefield 5, which, I mean, it's using DirectX 12. 46% performance boost in CSGO. That's crazy. Far Cry New Dawn is 22. Ashes of Singularity is 19%. Total War 3 Kingdoms is 6%. I'm curious on the 4K gaming. That's what I want to look at. So here's the information on them. We got 16 cores and 32 threads in the 5950X desktop processor for the Ryzen 9. 105 watts for the TDP, which is actually really low, especially for AMD. Ryzen 9 5900X desktop processor, which would be 12 cores, 24 threads, still decent viable processor. You could go for the Ryzen 5 5600X and be fine with gaming, honestly. I mean, it's got 6 cores and 12 threads, so, I mean, if you want to game, you'd probably just be better off going Intel or the Ryzen 7, or if you're just going to be video editing most of the time, the Ryzen 5 is definitely going to be a good option. Or if you're doing both, gaming, streaming, video editing, all that stuff, get the Ryzen 9 5950X. Don't quote me on that, though, because I actually don't. They're not released yet, and there might be more information being released. But the Ryzen 7 has 8 cores and 16 threads, and 6 cores and 12 threads for the 5600X. These are going to be the previous generations. So if you look at it, we got the 3900 XT desktop processor, 12 cores, 24 threads. So it actually upped a little bit, because we got 16 cores and 32 threads, which is different, right? Yeah, because 12 cores, 24 threads. So it upped the number of threads along to, I think it upped the number of CPU cores, which is crazy to see how many cores are in that. I wanted to look at some of the information here because this will give you more in-depth information than AMD's website. But I think the release date is supposed to be November 5th, 2020, which it's October now, so they should be out. I thought they were going to be out. This is old. When was this released? 15 days ago. Okay, so maybe. We also got the price. It doesn't look like the prices are out just yet, which is fine. I mean, the prices aren't going to come out right away. So we already looked at the cores and threads. We really don't need to look at that. And to be honest with you, I think that's really it for the Ryzen chips, because I mean, I told you most of the information. From what I know, they're supposed to be faster than some Intel chips. I wonder if this one will do it a little bit better. Oh, these websites look exactly the same. I was just wondering if I can get some Intel comparisons between the Ryzen 5000. Let's do this. Ryzen 5000 to Intel comparison. Are now faster than Intel gaming single-threaded and multi-threaded performance, while also providing leading performance per dollar and up to 2.8 times better power efficiency than Comet Lake, which I think is the new CPU mount. 3 ways could dominate. Let's look at this, because I'm curious on how AMD is going to do against Intel this year. So we got, here we go. So this is Zen 2 and this is Zen 3. So it looks like they actually cut this in half for Zen 2, and it looks like they put it on one single die, which is crazy. Because if you think about that, that's going to run slightly faster because it's not sending data at a certain time. It's going to send it right away. So it's going to be a little quicker than it would if you had the Zen 2 layout. That's actually really cool. I think I explained that wrong, but I think you guys get the idea. So, oh, here we got some prices. Okay, so we got the 5900X, which would be $550, which is really cheap. And then the Ryzen 5 5600X, $300 for that. That's actually almost worth it, because if you think about it, some of the Intel chips are either double that or a little bit lower and lower performance. So you could get 6 cores and 12 threads, no problem, with the higher core count, along with lower TDP. 65 watts for Ryzen 5 is crazy to see in 2020, to be honest with you. Not to mention you get the new architecture, which is faster from what I know. Looks like we got... It's not really giving me versus Intel information. I mean, from what I know, Ryzen's definitely going to beat Intel this year. Maybe not, because they might come up with something, because it is Intel. We don't know. But honestly, I think that's going to be it, because nobody's even watching this. I've been streaming for 18 minutes, and nobody's watching it. So, I mean, are people watching it? I don't know. Yeah, it's one playback. Average watch time, 5 minutes. I think that was just me. And concurrent viewers is 0. So it doesn't look like anybody's watching it, but that's fine. I'm not going to really worry about it. I just wanted to get this information out there. And honestly, I just wanted to let people know about my gaming channel, which hopefully people will see. Because people will watch this after, that's alright. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this stream. I'm going to try to do more tech talks. I mean, if people aren't going to watch it, I think I'm going to hold back on that. I'm streaming on Twitch. You can go to my channel and click the Twitch icon. That's where all my gaming content is going to be, and that's where I'm taking my gaming content to my gaming channel, which is easier than editing a gaming video because they're a lot longer. I will be editing a gaming video soon. I might turn that into like a time-lapse or something, because a new video should be coming out at 6 a.m. next Tuesday, so that should be good. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching the stream, and if you're watching it after, make sure to check the next stream. You can turn on my notifications to keep an eye on that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys want to buy for GPU or CPU for that matter. And if you guys have any other information for news I can do in the next Tech Talk when I do get the chance, put that in the description below or the comments below. I'll click on it, I'll save the URL, and I will do a stream on it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out.